Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, where this last weekend, or a couple of weekends ago, by the time this is all edited and out on the channel for you guys to watch, was MCM ComicCon Birmingham, in which the Essential Gamer team were sent to investigate. I use the term team loosely. It was just me, Lilith the Star, and my two honorary members of the Essential Gamer team who went to go and investigate MCM ComicCon. Originally Leroy was going to be joining us, but unfortunately that did not happen. Also, I would like to apologise firstly to Leroy because we did go and get to speak to some of the wonderful people from Baldur's Gate. But unfortunately, as is the usual thing it seems for the TEG Uk team, tech issues have struck, and for some weird reason that video on my phone is horribly corrupted and very pixelated, and the sound is awful. So unfortunately that isn't something that I can actually use on the channel. Sorry so much guys, but the reason that it's not here is because that was not available, but we did get to go and talk to them, and that was lots and lots of fun. I did sadly miss the one of the people I was very interested in going and talking to, which is Oded Fair, because I wanted to talk to him about being in the Resident Evil films, because that would have been fun for the channel as well. So apologies for that to start off with. But yes, I was joined by Outlaw Elfsire and Invader Zim, who were temporary Essential Gamer team members who joined us in the search and the exploration of MCM ComicCon. As you can see, I was dressed up in my Ada cosplay. Yes, a little bit weird, but it was a lot of fun. It was really great to see the more board game and tabletop miniature side of things taking quite a central role this time around. So there was a big section at the very front where you first entered where there were 3D printed miniatures that they were allowing you to paint, as you can see here. There was also an entire section where you could set up a game and play. They then had those games available for purchase if you liked. There was a Dead by Daylight one which I nearly picked up, and I was very tempted, but the character that I absolutely adore, the Huntress, is not available in the standard box and is only available in the Kickstarter box, which really sucks considering she is so overpriced now. Kickstarter is amazing, but I still get really upset when you can't afford some of the key characters that you might want to play in the box set. Something I found really interesting this time was there was several different schools of martial combat that were available for you to take part in. What do I mean by that? Well, at one end, and I do mean at one end, closer to the front, near where the D&D stuff, the board games and all that kind of thing was, which kind of makes sense, there was the LARP section. Now, I used to be a LARPer, live action role player, and the typical difference between that and most other forms of gameplay is you are the physical representation of your character. You have a sword, shield, weapon, warhammer, all that kind of thing, and it does take a lot of actual physical prowess to be able to do it. It is a lot of fun, but it was really good to see these people here teaching you how to LARP. So they had active teaching sessions throughout the day, they had tournaments, but they were mainly held via actual people who do this for most of their time. So people I used to know, which is hilarious.
Versus twins. You ready for this? You know what you gotta do, right? Make sure one is always in the way of the other. Right? If both of them can cover you at once, you've already messed it up. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go straight towards, like lemmings, you can like one after the other, die in sequence? Or are you going to use your brains? Are we ready? 2 on 1. Play! Oh, Kiana's immediately thinking. And Kiana has managed to line them up, chasing one at a time. There's a reset. That's people out. Down to 1 on 1. Out! Kiana does it! You two to one side. You three set yourselves up. Glaive, Noldachi. Do you understand? How many weapons do you have? One weapon. One weapon. How's she gonna beat 3 people? How's she gonna beat 3 people? Look at that hammer, it's bigger than she is. Are you ready? On my mark! Hi! The orbiting's taking place, Gamma's chased one down already. They missed their chance. And oh!
And then at the other end of it, you have the Star Wars section, which included, there was a guy dressed up as Vader teaching people how to use lightsabers. It was all very, very interesting and very, very interactive. This time around, they'd also included something I like to colloquially call the battle bus. Thank you so much, Fortnite. It's also because there was indeed Fortnite in this particular bus. It wasn't just Fortnite. This is a really cool bus that travels around the country, not just for conventions, but can be hired out for all sorts of different other things, including charity work. And it was a bus that was installed with PlayStations, PCs, Xboxes, Switches, so you could have some gaming time on those consoles, see if it was a console that you were interested in, or obviously as charity work, there are some children that can't afford these kind of things at all, so it gives them a chance to play and have fun with gaming, which I thought is really, really good. Another thing you could see in the background of the video a couple of seconds ago was the axe throwing. Leroy will be really happy to see that, but unfortunately the queue was so long and my heels killed me. I could not do the axe throwing. There really was a lot of interactive options this time around at MCM ComicCon. There was a free kimono trial session. They also had a shop there, which was very interesting. I was very, very tempted, but again, the queue was quite long. They did have a nice little area that you could sit down, obviously. There was the stereotypical food vans, drink places, all that kind of thing. Even though we didn't partake of any of those, we were silly and brought sandwiches ourselves, because that's the kind of thing that the Essential Gamer team does, or at least this little group of us do. Also, there was the origami table, as you can see here. There was a load more kind of reading tables where you could talk to authors and discuss what was going on with them, and that was actually free, which was pretty cool. All you needed to do was wait for your particular author to turn up, which if you're a big book reader, and I do recommend you do read some books, there are some amazing books out there that have been turned into video games and vice versa, and it was just very, very interesting. That front part of the MCM was where most of the stuff was happening and most of the stuff was going on, except for the other end where there was the Star Wars section. I know I've already mentioned this, but here we are. It was actually quite a big section. There was a sabacc table going on. I couldn't get anywhere near it, but there was a guy there that was teaching everybody how to play sabacc. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially blackjack of the Star Wars universe. It's pretty cool. He had a full set. He had full chips and everything. The kind of thing that you would see Lando and Han playing with in the Solo films, as well as in some of the Andor and things like that. They had a full Mandalorian war tent, which I'm showing you here, and really cool. And really thankfully, the guy that's there that did the thumbs up, I did not see him there, did not know that he was going to do that. Thank you so much for playing along with us. And the final thing before I leave you with all of these wonderful photos that we took, I didn't take many, I was too busy wandering around trying to talk to people and getting my photo taken, weirdly, is the Ghostbusters section of the setup for MCM. And as you can see, they also gave us a thumbs up and kind of posed, which was awesome, because once again, I didn't ask, I just kind of snuck in and took a video. But I did get an interview with one of the amazing Ghostbusters guys who wanted to talk to us about Phasmophobia, because that game is amazing. I've been playing that non-stop recently. I'm still shit at it, but I have finally learned how to kite ghosts. So I've survived my second hunt now, where I was the target, which was, I'm pretty proud of myself on that front.
So I'm Peter, I'm part of the Norfolk Ghostbusters.
And you've played Phasmophobia?
Yes, I have, yes.
So what's your worst ghost to deal with in Phasmophobia?
The one... the demon's probably my worst. It's just too aggressive for me.
So what's your favourite ghost to deal with in Phasmophobia? So what's your favourite ghost to hunt?
Yeah, the twins, that is really fun for me.
And finally, promise, who do you think the Ghostbusters would be able to deal with all of the ghosts, or do you think they'd have trouble?
I don't know if they'd be patient enough. I think they'd try and trap it before you'd even got the 3D, or any of the dots out or anything like that. They wouldn't set it up. Venkman would come in, destroy the whole house. Yeah, it wouldn't be great.
Brilliant, thank you so much.
No worries, alright. No job is too big.
So as you can see, they had a really cool setup. We got a very cool chat with one of the guys, and there was also an actor there. We did get to meet Bill Murray's body double, and I had a very short, non-filmed interview with him where he told me that it was all very surreal, that he's actually a part-time actor, so his main job isn't acting at all. We had a good long discussion about media and all that kind of thing, and what it was like to meet Bill Murray himself. And honestly guys, if you ever get the chance to meet this guy, do go and have a talk with him. He has some really cool stories, not just about the Ghostbusters set, but he has some really cool kind of anecdotes about other acting careers that he's done, and I don't want to spoil it for you. I want you to go and have this organic conversation with him, because he's really cool, he's really nice, and the whole atmosphere were just amazing. And once again, sorry about the lack of the Baldur's Gate stuff. So thank you everybody, take care, have fun, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.